Hey kitty kitties, what up, what up? Welcome to Primal Scream. This is your host, Nick Graystone. For the next hour, we're going to talk about fantasy, reality, and everything in between. Let's go.
Hey, kitties, what up, what up, what is up?
Hello.
I have so many special people with me tonight, especially the specialities, the offspring of me, the child, Zozo Graystone. What's up, kiddo?
Hi.
Hi. So you were a latecomer to the game. I also do have a other special guest that I will be bringing on pretty soon, but I will give her proper introduction momentarily. So speaking of having you on, because your dad prepares for the show, and I write little notes and stuff stuff that I'm going to talk about. And tonight, in my true fashion, because usually I try to limit what I talk about when you're on here, because sometimes it is risque stuff to be talking about in front of a 10-year-old. But I feel like, you know what? I want to talk about one of these things tonight.
Okay.
And there is a documentary out that just came out, and it's about a girl, and her name is Gabby Petito. So Gabby Petito, a couple of years ago, there was this whole big case. She went missing. She went on a long-distance trip with her boyfriend, and he came back, and she didn't. And unfortunately, the girl was killed by her boyfriend. So I'm not trying to scare you in any way, Zozo, but I want you to use this as a lesson, not as there's evil people in the world, but don't ever let someone get in your head and make you feel less than you are. You know what I mean? Like people sometimes try to control you and try to tell you who you are and try to tell you that maybe you should change.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I know your dad's all crazy and kooky and I do weird stuff all the time, but there is a serious side to your dad. And if I could give you any advice, kid, in this whole world, don't change. Don't ever change. Be who you are and always be proud of yourself. And, watching this documentary, it's sad because being a father, I just couldn't imagine being in the shoes of her parents, watching this girl shine the way that she did and just have a tragic thing like that happen, all because she was with the wrong person. She was with someone that didn't value her, and just, maybe he had his issues and maybe he needed to work those out, but he took all his frustrations out on the wrong person, and unfortunately she ended up not making it. And
which is not good.
Which isn't good, no. And, like I said, I'm not trying to scare you with the story or whatever, but just use it as a lesson, because there are evils out in the world, and I can't protect you my whole life. And I just want you to know that, if I could just give you any advice, that's the best advice I could try to give you, is always be yourself, and don't let anyone ever try to take advantage of you and tell you to change.
And don't trust everyone.
You can't trust everyone. That's right, Zozo. So that's good. You know what? You added that yourself. Yeah. I'm very proud of you. So I visited, Gabby was from Long Island too, Zo. So during the summer, I went to go visit her mural. And her mural, beautiful thing. It was actually where Uncle Matt used to live, out in Blue Point. And I took a picture there. And you don't know this, but when you were in camp, you brought home this little cool flower thing. And I wanted to leave something there. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? This is a beautiful thing that my child made. And it just, I thought about you the whole time. So I wanted to leave something nice for her. And that's what I did. I left this little cool thing here for her. And, yeah. So, yeah, definitely check out the documentary. It's on Netflix now. It's called American Murder, the Gabby Petito story. And it's just a 3-parter. It talks about, the whole case. There's things that I didn't even know about. There's things that his parents did. There's a letter that was left to him by his mom that was in his belongings that when they found, him, I don't even want to talk about him and bring his name up, but there's another part to that. But there's a note that was written to him, and it said to his name on it, and it said burn after reading. And it's just crazy story. So check it out. It's on Netflix. Now, there's another documentary, and again, I'm not going to get into the specifics about it, but it's really good, and I want everyone to check it out. It's called The Fox Hollow Murders, and it talks about a guy that wasn't well known. His name is Herb Baumeister. I'm going to show a picture of him, and it's also about – that's the mugshot, yeah. Basically, what happened was – he was a suspect where all these people were found missing, and they started finding all these body parts on his ranch. And he ended up killing himself, and they kind of like put the case on the back burner. They didn't investigate anymore. And the reason being, which is crazy, back in 1996, a lot of these men that were missing were gay, and being gay back in the 90s is not like being gay now. It was frowned upon. It was frowned upon. A lot of people kept it secret from their families and everything, and unfortunately, the police just didn't follow through with their stuff, and it shows how they messed up the investigation. And then there's also this other guy that was involved. His name is Mark Goodyear. There's a picture of him. He's a creepy dude. And just watch the documentary, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So those are 2 documentaries I checked out this week. And, yeah. So how's your week off, kiddo?
It's good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just like sleeping in and stuff? And
I mean, yesterday was definitely not sleeping in because I had to wake up at the crack of dawn because I saw Descendants the musical with my friends at 10 a.m.
Oof.
And then my friend brought me to the Bagel Cafe at 8 a.m.
Wow.
So
it's like you're going to school.
Yeah. So and then we got home at 3 o'clock. So
wow.
It was
so that was a school day.
Yeah, we were out for like 7 hours. So that was a school day for me. But
so it was a school day without the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic. So you just went to go do the fun stuff, right, with your friends.
And RRT, also torture.
And torture? Oh, that's great, Zozo. Well, at least you're having fun and everything. So, now, Zozo,
yeah?
I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You remember Sweetmeats?
Yes.
You had a fun time on there, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good segue into talking about that because my special guest tonight is also a citizen of Tromaville. And I'm so happy that she decided to come on to the show. And I'm going to bring her on right now.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Okay, you ready for her? You ready for our special guest?
Yeah.
All right, Miss Sabrina Mendoza, what is going on?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and
Oh my
clear.
God. Okay, thank God. Okay. Hello.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Zozo. I've seen so many pictures that your father has put up of you, and you
Hi.
are killing it with the eyeliner. Usually I'm the one with the eyeliner, and I think you've got it down to a T over here. Hell
She
yeah.
does it
Thank
good,
you.
right? Yeah, she did it herself too.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, she's a little fashionista, Zozo.
Yes, I am.
I had no fashion as a kid. When I was your age, I wore just like jeans and like whatever graphic tee was out in like limited 2 before it was Claire's. It was like limited 2 when they had like the monkey stuff. That was like or like a Lisa Frank shirt. That's how awful. Or like Spencer's gifts. Those were the only shirts I wore.
I mean, I sometimes I just pull up to school in like pajamas, and
Oh,
they don't care.
good. They shouldn't. That should not like help or like what is it? distract anyone. Just be comfortable. You can learn in comfortable wear.
I agree. I definitely agree. If you're comfortable, then it shouldn't matter like what you're wearing and stuff.
Yeah.
Zozo rocks the shirts too. She has her little collection.
And messy buns.
Buns.
I wear them a lot.
Which one? What your hair? What is that? Messy buns.
It's like a bun on the top of your head when there's like hair sticking out of it.
Oh, messy bun. Oh, okay.
You take like 1 minute putting it in.
Oh, okay.
And you don't.
Yeah, it's like, hold on, I'll just do it. It's like basically like you just do some bullshit.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
That's what I wear to school, like that.
Yeah,
That's your
this
thing.
and then you just go. I would pull up to work like this. I still do. Actually, I'm gonna rock this. This is actually kind of. I've got some grays coming in right now. This is perfect. Thank you.
Gray? What are you talking about?
I've had gray hair since I was 20. I've
Really?
had gray hair since I was, people stress me out. Well, I used to work in bars, so.
Oh, so there you go. You get those
There you
grays
go.
like right away then.
A
Yeah, you know
lot
what?
of
I started getting. Well, I lost my hair, but I started getting them in my bush over here. Probably.
Like brown, gray, and
Yeah, it's
black.
it's
hair.
all different colors.
Multicolored.
So instead of like people annoying me, I guess they just drive me effing mental.
And then you have bald.
Bald. Yeah, I lost my. I don't know why. Because Pa is like Grizzly Adams, right? He used to have like he looked like a werewolf. He had like a full head of hair, and then me and Uncle Matt are just like bald. So I don't know. I think it works to my thing though. It's all good. So Zozo was on the set with me for Sweetmeats, and she actually watched me get shot in the eyeball with 100 pounds of pressure. So it was quite the moment, and she's also a citizen of Tromaville as well.
That is true. Well, congrats. Welcome to the family. I mean, how was that for you? Like, what were you like? Go again? I didn't catch it the first time. Were you like?
I mean, I was kind of scared for when you got shot in the eyeball. Also, I mean, that I was screaming and I was like, I think I was like, oh no, what happened or whatever, and because I didn't know if it like was muted or not, because I didn't know that there was gonna be music during it.
Oh yeah.
You didn't tell me that there was music, so I thought that they were gonna hear that, and I was like, no, we have to
because on the
retake that.
playback, if you watch it, you hear "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy, you okay, Daddy? Look at me, Daddy," and I'm like, yeah, just let me get this eyeball back in my skull, like. It'll work out, but it was quite the experience. I'm so happy I didn't lose it because that would have been really messed up for her to.
Oh yeah, to see that, Jesus, and at least you got it on film.
I mean, it was already hard.
Everyone's gonna see that moment all across America.
Yes, because the tour is coming, right?
The tour is coming. Yeah, it's happening. It starts next month.
Yeah, it starts in Cincinnati, I believe. Are
yeah.
you going to some dates?
I'm poor, and I can't really go to those things. I don't know how to drive either. I'm a proper New Yorker. So, I mean, I'll try. I would love to. I think there was one I'm still working on, because I was the one that curated, actually, all the schedules and everything.
Yes.
So I was the one that put everything together, but we're still reaching out to more theaters that will probably join the list and join hands with us. I'm trying to get some Michigan stuff out there for sure.
Cool.
I love going to Detroit. But yeah, we're trying to like get more theaters. So we'll see.
Cool. This club that we shoot in every week, Governor's Comedy Club, I think it could host something like that. It's they don't have like a movie screen in here, but I feel like we could put something in here that would be kind of similar to how Lucky 13 was set up.
Oh, yes.
So, I mean, it's cool, pretty cool, club lounge or whatever, but just throwing it out there, for the island.
This is Andrew L. Miller's like baby. Like he's been dreaming about doing this forever.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I love movie marathons and nobody's doing them anymore. And I was like, dude, let's just do it. And then he was like, all right. And then he got all of these theaters on board. I was like, hell yeah.
That's awesome. I'm excited. Yeah, I'm going to the premiere because I've always wanted to go to Horror Hound. So I'm going to go to Horror Hound, meet some friends down there, and then Saturday I'm going to go to the all-day Trauma Fest. Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah.
And
there's some bangers. I mean, have you seen most of them, or do you know?
I just no. I wanted to see Weird Ear, so I know they're going to be on it. And no, I haven't seen most of it that's on there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because they are bangers.
Yeah.
Bangers. All of them. They're so good. I mean, obviously, I love Weird Ear. Weird Ear is great because I remember I was there. My first Trauma Dance was Trauma Dance 2023. I remember they did like a focus group. Same thing that we did for Sweetmeats, basically.
Okay.
Was that it was like a focus group, but it was like technically like the loose premiere. And I remember I couldn't hear anything because there were so many people in the freaking room.
Right.
But also, it wasn't even that. It wasn't like complete. Like they didn't have the visual effects, I think, or like the sound was. They didn't have the fart cut. Apparently, there was a fart cut. Where they added everyone from the crew's farts into the movie, I believe.
They just went around and recorded these?
Yeah. And I think that's the one that's going to be touring, I believe. Yeah. Lots of stuff. This is serious business. I don't know if I know we're talking poops and farts, but this is changing America. This is
no, it is, of course.
Of movies to come, honestly.
Poops and farts jokes will never die. They are always welcome with me, but I'm, even with the general consensus, that's what it's all about.
Hell yeah, can't get old. But yeah, I'm very excited for it. I'm super hyped. I can't wait. If there's one that's closer, I'll definitely go out. I think they're trying to do one in Pennsylvania. If that's so, then maybe.
I was on an email with Ricky, and he was trying to get it to Smodcastle.
Yes, I was the one dealing with that. That was
okay.
That was a whole fucking ordeal. It was they're down. It's just I think you know how Trauma runs on like the same dollar passed around basically.
Yeah.
They did not they wanted more dollar.
And, God.
It was a whole other thing. So
yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, listen, they didn't say no.
Right.
But they were open to it. I think it might be in April. I think that's what we're trying to do.
All right.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think it would do good there. I mean, I've gone to a couple of events there. If they have Kevin Smith involved, it's a sure thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So, I mean, if he was in the house and they had Lloyd there, I mean, I couldn't see that not being a success.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Lloyd, just give Lloyd a mic and he'll just go, man. He's ridiculous.
I know, it's amazing. It's so cool. I'm so intrigued by Lloyd being in the first Rocky over, it's so weird. So many people just probably talk to him about, the trauma stuff, and, here I was when I was talking to him the last time I was in his presence, and I was talking to him about Rocky, and he got into a whole thing about Saturday Night Fever and the city in the 70s and stuff, during filming, and it was just such a cool thing to hear, just being a part of that. That's cinematic history. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I mean, I love hearing any.
Oh, it's Rocky?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, dude! That movie rocks.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you get involved with trauma?
Oh my god. Okay, so this is a lesson in everything, honestly. So, and people have heard the story before, but I love telling the story. I met Lloyd at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con back in 2017. I was, I think, 19 or 20 at the time. I had the worst outfit of my life. I was looking like a nerd. I looked like I didn't even I slept for days. It was awful. But I met him and I was like, Lloyd, I'm a filmmaker. You inspire me. I remember I saw Toxic Avenger when I was 10, 11. I was like, this is the best shit ever. It's gonna be great. I mean, it's not that it's gonna be great, but you know what I mean. And then I'm talking to him and he's all like, oh, well, you're a filmmaker. Why don't you show me your stuff? And I was like, no, because it's bad. Because I was making college. I wasn't in college, but I was stealing from my friends' colleges to make movies at the time. So I was making like these like shitty like college grade movies, and I was like, no, Lloyd Kaufman is not gonna be interested in what I have. And I did that like twice. Like I met Eli Roth, and I was like, oh my god, you're gonna. And he's like, let me see your stuff. And I was like, fuck no, oh my god, I would never show you anything that I do. But I was too young. I didn't know. But he was like, he was serious about it. He was like, here's my email, hit me up. And I never answered him. I never called him. I never did anything. I was like, hell no, I am too young, or I'm not ready. Basically, I was not ready. And then, fast forward to like that was 2017. Then like 2021, I go to see Shakespeare Shitstorm, hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm. They were screening it. I think it was like after the premiere of it, they did another screening at a theater that I love going to, Nighthawk Cinemas.
Oh yeah, it's great theater.
They're amazing. So they did it at the Williamsburg Nighthawk, and it was also the week that everyone got COVID. So Lloyd wasn't there after they said there was going to be a Q&A with Lloyd. Lloyd wasn't there. Most of the actors weren't there. Everyone basically was sick with COVID except for Dylan Mars Greenberg and Brandon Bossum. And I'm a writer. I'm a writer. So I went up to, like, I did like a little Q&A question, and I was like, oh, what is like writing, blah, 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 all this nonsense, whatever. I go up to Brandon afterwards. I'm like, hey man, like, how the hell did you get into Troma? Like, what's going on there? And he's all like, oh, well, da-da-da. Buy my freaking, he doesn't talk like that. He's like, buy my freaking screenplay Zoom meeting thing, because it was still like around like post-COVID kind of time. Like, it's like, oh, we're still doing Zoom stuff. And I was like, no, but like, what's up? And he's like, oh, well, I'm shooting this movie, Bring On the Damned. If you want to, like, I don't know, come hang out and like take pictures and stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. So then I met, the first day I was on set for him, that was the first time I met Doug Sackman. That was like the first day I ever met him. And also Mia, all these other people. And I met them then and there. And then they started bringing me on to more sets, and they started like hanging me around. And then I met Garrett Sullivan, who was Lloyd's assistant at the time, at a screening of one of Brandon's movies, The Slashing Part 2, or The Final Beginning, or whatever that's called.
Right.
And I saw Garrett there because Garrett and I both had cigarette cases that we were using for cigarettes. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? I don't know anyone that has like a cigarette case. Oh, sorry if I cursed. I was like, I didn't know anyone that has a cigarette case. And he was like, yeah, like, that's so weird. And I'm like, who are you? And he's like, I'm Lloyd Kaufman's assistant. I was like, what? And then he was like, come to the office. And I was like, no way. And then like 2022, I started coming to the office regularly. I started in the basement. I was in charge of organizing the Blu-rays, organizing the cells, like the original cells of Toxic Crusaders.
Whoa.
Yeah. There was a gigantic box, like, I swear, like up to the ceiling. Like, it was like all the way up of all of these Korean labeled boxes. And they were all the Toxic Crusader cells. And I remember
You put those in order?
I've had to put them in. I had to find the original sketch, the cell, like the actual painted cell, and then I had to find a background. I could not find a background worth shit. They were like basically destroyed. Some of them were like basically destroyed, or they were just ripping apart. So I had to like go through each one to make and preserve them. So I did that for like months. And then
wow.
It was crazy. And then I'm sorry, but the guy, the thing all the way to the ceiling, I'm trying to like pick up a box. It almost comes crashing down. If that happened, I would not be here. I would be dead. Oof. It was huge. It was a huge thing, and I thought that I could handle it. I was like, oh, I'm a strong, independent woman. No. Get a ladder, bitch. Like, what the hell? It was so dumb. And I almost died, and it was crazy. But then I told Garrett, I was like, hey, I do a lot of editing stuff for Tribeca Film Festival. I do a lot of like press stuff. If you guys need an editor, let me know. And he was like, oh yeah, we need like you to do all these ads and all these whatever. And I was like, okay, sick. And then that was around the same time when they started talking about Power Positive Murder. And then they were like, oh, we have this script. And I was like, dude, let me freaking read it. It's going to be so good. Like, it's going to be like the next thing. I read it. I was like, this is the worst piece of media I've ever held in my hands. I was like, I swear, like, this better not come out ever. I was like, they better not make this. Turns out it went through a different loops of drafts. It got better,
Okay.
kind of, but it was still good. And then it was good enough that they filmed it. But at the time, like I didn't start fully working. I worked a whole year as a observer, as an enterprise observer, a whole year there, just laid low in the cold ass basement all by myself because no one else was really an observer until I started working there, and then we had new observers, and those new observers were Matthew D'Angelo, who does all the PR now for the Trauma Team account, and you've probably seen him. He was hosting with me at Trauma Dance.
Oh yeah,
And it
yeah.
was Andrew L. Miller. They were both under me, fucking as observers, and we were just all working on Trauma Dance 2024 at the time, and
And now you guys are running the show.
now we're running the freaking show because all of these people were like, they're moving on to other things. Like Kat Filipov was like the PR at the time. She gave her job to Matthew when she got married, basically. And then Garrett left after Popham to do other things. And then who was left but us? And I was like, all right, cool. Now we're just running it. Now we're just literally running the entire show. It's crazy.
That's crazy. Well, you know what? They're looking for people that they can trust and that are responsible. So, I mean, I seen you work. You know, you're a madman, mad woman. You know, you're all over the place. You wear many different hats. So, and you're likable. So that's the whole thing. Like, you know, like it makes sense.
I mean, like, it's all, like, it all just fell into place, and it all was just, like, one thing after another. And then, especially with Popham, like, again, I was invited just to do BTS. Like, that was the only thing I was supposed to do. There was, like, Lloyd would tell me in the office, he's like, you're going to edit this thing, right? And I was like, well, yeah, anything for you, Uncle Lloydie, of course. And then, of course, like, no shit. And then it got serious when it would be me and John Bergio, of Secret of Cuck Island and other Trauma fame. Him and I are like in the editing DIT room, and I'm just up there chain smoking whatever's in my hand and like just drinking like Sam's Cola until like 3 a.m, and I'm editing this movie as we're shooting the movie. And I'm like, at this point, I've been editing the movie. And then they signed me on late, and then through everything, they were like, okay, well, this is now your baby. I remember Lloyd had a serious sit down with me. I'm at his desk. He sat me down. He was like, Sabrina, do you want to have this baby with me? That's exactly what he said. He's like, do you want to have this baby with me? And I said, absolutely. And now this is my child. This really has become like a part of me. I got a freaking tattoo. Like, of course. Like, this is so much
You got a tattoo from whatchamacallit? What's her name? Valentina, right?
From Valentina, yes.
Yes.
Sling Skull.
Sling Skull. Give a shout out to Sling Skull.
She's great. Yeah, she did my tattoo. I asked her like a day before. I was like, how cool would it be if you did this?
She called me her favorite non-nipple showing Traumaville person of the summer, because everyone was walking around with their nipples showing except me.
I know, that was crazy. Valverde was a blur to me, man. Like that. And
I had so much fun.
everything.
Like, even though most of the time I just sat around, it was summer camp for the 3 days that I was there. You know, I wish I could have been there longer. And I just met so many different types of people and everything. Veda's awesome. I hung out with her for like, I don't even know, like one day, just sitting there talking to her and like in the corner. And then I'm doing another thing with Johnny. I met him there, and just
there was like 5 Johns.
Johnny. What's his name?
The Texas John, the one that's in Spain.
No. Johnny. Oh my God.
Johnny Necro.
Johnny Necro.
Yes. Okay. See, there's so many. That wasn't even of the 5 Johns that I was talking about. That was a loose John.
Yeah.
That was.
And then Valentina, I hung out with most of the time because I was just sitting at the table, like near where they were dressing everyone, and just she was just doodling and talking and whatever. It was lots of fun.
You were drawing?
She was drawing.
Oh.
Yeah, she was drawing. We were just talking about stuff.
Yeah, she was like designing shirts.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean,
So
like,
the whole thing, everyone had a blood stained shirt or whatever, and
Yeah.
they wanted nipples shown from like all the men, and they would cut little holes in the shirt. But your dad didn't want to show his nipples, so I was like, "No, I'm gonna pass." But I was like the only one. And then she said it. She's like, "You're my favorite non-nipple Tromaville citizen."
So, so it made it look like you were naked, basically.
No, not naked. It's just
tutu on.
I had a tutu on. Yeah,
Yeah, that
always remembers those on nipples count.
it's.
That is so true.
Well, we still have that tutu just sitting on top of our coat rack, on top of all the coats with your sweatshirts.
Oh
and
yeah,
my jacket.
that's right. I do have the tutu. I took it home.
Nice.
You just
Hey
walk
man, if
out
there's
with it.
reshoots,
You never know. You never know. I figured, and I stretched it out, so I'm sure that there's not going to be anyone that's going to be able to fill the tutu like your boy here. So I felt like it's seen its day.
It felt perfect for you.
Now the whole thing that I'm excited for, other than the movie, is this book that's coming out by Jens. He's
Jens. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. I thought you were talking about his Lloyd's other book. I was like, oh God, I do not know anything about that. But yes, Jens. He hit me up. I love Jens. I stole him. We stole him. Cass and I of the BTS crew, we stole him. He was supposed to be just a PA and just a quote unquote stunt guy. He wasn't supposed to take any pictures basically.
Really?
He brought a camera, started shooting stuff, and then we just were like, dude, these pictures are amazing.
They're mint.
BTS.
I'm
He's
so
amazing.
excited. Like I found pictures of me that he took, and like just everyone, just like, oh my God, these are like the best pictures ever.
I know, he's so talented. He's so talented. It's so great. And also, I was playing around with his cameras. He's got good lenses. They were really good, and he just knows how to point and shoot at the perfect times.
So I'm going to drop the Indiegogo link after we end this episode for this, because he's doing an Indiegogo for this book. It's basically behind the scenes and like a tribute, because this is going to be, Uncle Lloyd is saying this is going to be his last rodeo, like film directing, right?
Sure. Well, we could say that. We could say that now.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, like, this is, he's saying it, that it's going to be his last. Hopefully it's not, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing it, but I'm really looking forward for that book. So, yeah, there's going to be an Indiegogo. Definitely check that out. So, yeah, you're editing it now. So how far are you along with it?
So, I think the movie is done. So the movie is done in my eyes, I think.
Okay.
A lot of things need to be trimmed. A lot of things need to be, like, diddled with, I think. Once we get, like, we have 2 composers that are working on music right now.
Okay.
Once I get that, we finish up all the visual effects. I honestly was aiming for this to be done and, like, out by the end of the year.
Okay.
That was my goal.
That's cranking.
Until Lloyd Kaufman of presidential fame has been really obsessed with current TV shows, and he wants me to do edits according to things that he's seen on TV. And I think it's really delaying the movie. I'm sorry, Lloyd, but it is driving me nuts. But he is kind of delaying the movie because, again, we're trying to work out a lot of things with the story and a lot of the things that are going on in the movie. The movie right now is an hour 55, I think.
Oh.
An hour 45.
Okay.
It takes a while to get to places, but, like, that's the thing, is that that's why we're doing the focus group thing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Trying to see if, anyone, thinks it's too long, or if it's too short, or, like, do we expand on things, or, like, do we, get rid of characters or scenes, or, like, what is the general consensus? Because I remember doing a tiny screening in the basement of Troma of, like, all the people that worked on it, or the people that were in for Steeler Fest, and they came to the basement, and I was like, I'm going to play the movie. Come watch the movie. And that I made them do homework. They had to fill out these little questionnaires, just like how I did it for Sweetmeats. I was like, you gotta do homework.
Yeah.
Tell me how you feel, please. And then, but it was all biased, and they were like, oh, this is so cool, and I'm all like, yeah, that's great. I'm so glad that you had fun, but like, brother, like, what? Can you give me some feedback? Because like,
Now I get why you're doing it at NYU, because now you'll have people that are not would usually be not watching something like this, right?
yeah.
Smart. So that's
That's
good.
the thing is that you have to open up the audience because this isn't just for trauma fans. This is not okay. That's another thing that a lot of people didn't understand when going into this movie and the making of this movie. This movie is not a trauma movie. This movie is a Lloyd Kaufman film. This is a Lloyd Kaufman, like straight from his soul film. He really dug like the noir sense. He wanted this to be straight, and I think he's just upset that it's more of a trauma film than it is a like conventional film. So that's what we're trying to figure out with the edit right now. It's like, do we lean towards the original vision, or do we just go all in and be silly and like, because the tone of it is just so different than any other trauma film ever. I sent it to Debbie Rochon of Debbie Rochon fame.
Yes.
I love Debbie.
Yeah,
She
she's
is
great.
great. She is amazing in this. As Mrs. Scarlet, she is like truly the most. I'm sorry, my little girls from set are just running around right now. They have no exercise. I leave them in there all day, so they got to be out. But I sent it to Debbie, and I was like, Debbie, what do you think? Like, it's so great. Da da da. And she was like, Lloyd, I think this is my favorite movie you've ever done.
Whoa.
And I was like, yes! Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good. The music is ridiculous. I've been using the Sunset Boulevard soundtrack.
Oh, cool.
Like that is, I mean, you're looking at like old TCM movies. I was chatting up with Lloyd about old TCM movies. It's like, it's that vibe. So it is very interesting. I don't know how the public are going to perceive it, which is why we're doing all these focus groups so that we could just know, like, can this go into freaking Cannes or Cons or wherever the hell the French are doing these things now? But, you know, who knows?
Different's good. You know what? You need some, why have everything like the same? So if you're going to put something different, then it stands out,
Yeah, I think a lot of, like, directors now, especially, like, older directors, as you could see from, like, because I'm a new Hollywood baby. I love the 70s. Those guys, De Palma, Marty, all these freaking guys. But if you look at them now, well, not Brian De Palma, but if you look at like Steven Spielberg, or if you look at like Martin Scorsese, especially with Megalopolis of Francis Ford Coppola fame, the thing is with those is that all of these directors, in their like olden, I guess, age, they are going back to what they love or what they grew up on.
Sure.
And they love, like, I mean, you got Scorsese going back to like Catholicism. He's going back to doing another Jesus movie. You have Francis Ford Coppola making a weird Shakespearean kind of adaptation of some Greek. Like, he's really into it, and they're trying to go back to what inspired them to kind of inspire this next generation. I think that's what Lloyd was trying to do with this movie.
Look at what Tarantino did.
Yeah.
Tarantino, I feel like Tarantino, if he would have made Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 20 years ago, he would have revolved it all around the Manson family and made it a Manson movie. When I went to go see it, I was so shocked that was just in the background, and it really wasn't about that. And it was totally something different. Yeah, absolutely. It's a masterpiece, like what he did. Like, I wasn't sure at first when I was watching. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then I got it. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, this is, he always shocks me. I'm curious to see what he's going to do. He was supposed to do like his last movie. It was like the Movie Critic or whatever, but he ended up canceling that. So I don't even know what he's going to do next.
Well, he said the same thing because that script also leaked. Whoever is in charge of his scripts,
they always leak.
They always leak. So I think it also got leaked, and then he was all like, "Oh, the same thing happened with Hateful Eight." He's like, "I'm just not gonna do it anymore, guys.
Yeah.
I'm done. And then he comes out and he's all like, I'm doing Kill Bill freaking whatever, dude, who cares? And it's like, all right, guy. I mean, like, Tarantino's great. I think, I mean, Inglourious Basterds is like,
Awesome.
that's like, oh my God. Like, that's like, I think his most mature film as well. But like, again, growing up, that was all I freaking grew up on. It was all Tarantino stuff. And then when I saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I was like, hell yeah, but also, it took me a while to really get behind Once Upon a Time, but it is a great movie.
It's not my go-to for him, obviously, but it was a great movie. The movies that you just mentioned, I love that. I love Death Proof.
Oh yeah,
Death Proof is great. I could watch that. I've always liked Death Proof over Planet Terror when it was released. Even though Planet Terror is, straight up like zombie type flick or whatever, but I don't know, something about that movie with the car and seeing Kurt Russell play that role. Yeah, those cars were awesome. The stunts.
Yeah, that's a reason I would drive. If I had a car, if I knew how to drive, I would be like, yo, get me that exact Challenger.
Right?
If not, I don't want it. And I'm sorry, I don't need to do it. That would rock. Planet Terror is great. I mean, Robert Rodriguez. Come on, I'm Mexican. That's like my father. Like I have to. That guy rocks. I mean, come on.
What is what is he doing? I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's freaking filming Billie Eilish concerts for his daughters, which I think is really nice. If you look at his filmography right now, it's like I think like 3 Billie Eilish concerts.
Really?
It's so weird. I'm like, yo, you just did The Faculty, and now you're doing this? Like, what the hell? Even though I think they are rebooting, or I think they're doing a sequel to Faculty. Right?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if they'll bring Usher. They'll probably bring Kendrick Lamar or something. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Are you looking forward to The Monkey?
Oh my God, yes.
It looks so good, right?
Because I love Final Destination.
Yeah.
So I heard that this was basically Final Destination meets whatever. I didn't even hear the rest of it. I was like, Final Destination, we're back.
Yeah.
We're so back.
I can't wait. I love Final Destination also.
You really want the monkey popcorn bucket?
I do want the monkey popcorn bucket.
It looks very cool.
It does.
So the first thing that I said when I saw it, I said it looks like the monkey that, I don't know if you remember, but from, I think it's Toy Story, I believe it's Toy Story 3, when he's like in the security, he's like the security guard, and I was like, it looks like the monkey from
Yeah, they're brothers.
It looks like it.
It does, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to take you to go see that movie. I have to look on IMDb because, the movies that at first she's like the one that tells the parent, maybe I shouldn't see this because this is not appropriate. So I look at to see the violence and the nudity and all the other stuff. And if it's mild or whatever, okay, then I could take her to go see it. But it looks like it's fine.
Yeah,
You didn't watch the trailer, though.
Yeah, you'll like it, baby.
Yeah, but
We laugh at the monkey stuff.
Yeah, but what if it's not mostly about a monkey?
Oh, it is.
Well,
The monkey's around everywhere.
maybe it's not really fully about a monkey, but it could be about 50% of it.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, the title is monkey, but I don't know. It's still, I don't really think that there's going to be a movie, of those gorilla gifts you send me. I think there should be a movie about that, so you could just watch it. Because there's probably at least 100 ones that you send me. You would send me one every morning on my iPad.
Well, I'm a descendant of
my
the monkey,
phone.
so I have to show you Daddy in action.
You sent me one of the monkey ones blowing bubble gum, and they were in a crop top, and they were blowing bubble gum.
That's what I do.
And he just sends me random things.
So what I'm going to do right now is Sabrina has friends that are in a band, and I'm going to play one of their songs. It's called Cruisin', and this is Fish Fly. Where'd you meet these guys, Sabrina?
So I know the lead singer, Nicholas. He is my best friend.
It's a good
we
name.
met over the internet.
Yeah, it's a good
We
name.
met over the internet, and I faked my death to meet him in real life. It was great. and ever since then, we've been friends for like 5 years.
Awesome. Well, this is Cruisin', and this is by the band Fish Fly. So check it out. Hell yeah, man. That's cool stuff. I like that. Whoop.
Oh.
I almost played it again.
I mean, good now. Yeah, it's like it's going back to like that old punk. Well, not old punk, but like the 2-minute songs. Bring back 2-minute songs.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 chords, 2 minutes. It's like it reminds me of like surf punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
and they're
good
in
stuff.
Detroit, so they don't even have oceans.
Yeah, so
like,
I guess they're dreaming about it. California dreaming.
California dreaming, basically. Yeah. No, they're great. I mean, Nicholas is great. Sam, also of Sam Carroll. I can't name them. I'm sorry. Wait, no. The whole thing is that they are exterminators, and they have different names, and they go to different shows to purify the air, and then so fish fly is out in Detroit. I don't know if you know what a fish fly is.
No.
It's a gigantic bug. I swear, it's like this big. It's a bug that's this big, and they cling to the side of like lake houses, and they come in like swarms. They're crazy, but they're like gigantic, and it's like, oh my god, that's scary. But they're exterminators, and they hunt for cryptids, and they have a Mothman song, which I think is cool. And they fight them and everything. Actually, they opened up for Trauma Dance last year. They were there on Friday.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they're sick.
I know what, and I looked back at like all the the Trauma Dance that I was at.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I didn't go on Friday, and I heard it was such like a fun time too.
People got engaged.
Yeah.
Somebody got engaged, and then there was the band.
Oh my god.
It was crazy, and then it was pretty.
It's pretty
crazy.
wild.
No,
Like I saw
Saturday night
pictures
was
and
insane.
stuff. Saturday was crazy too, but
Lloyd getting drunk. Oh my god.
he
Are you
he
kidding me?
bailed.
He bailed. He brought his wife to the strip bar. I was like, "What are you doing?" The commissioner of all of New York. What is wrong with you?
Oh,
He's
it's so
hilarious.
funny.
He's so. I love Lloyd. He's ridiculous.
Yeah, I had so much fun at this year's Trauma Dance. That was a good time.
Did we meet him out of oh my god, convention? Right?
Yeah, we did. We have a picture with him
Was
at
that-
New Jersey HorrorCon.
Yeah, I remember.
We took a picture with Toxie, and Sarah was there,
Yeah.
and I believe Amanda was there too.
Man of Flowers?
Yeah.
Oh.
This was I'm gonna
I
say
remember we took a photo.
a year and a half ago.
I don't remember. I just remember meeting him and
Yeah,
Toxie. And
Toxie
taking
was
a
there.
photo.
Yeah, because we have pictures.
And we have one. I think we just have one with Toxie also.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
And Daddy shared some screen time with Toxie during the summer.
yes,
That
it
is good.
did.
It's so much
And it's in the
fun.
movie.
Was it last year?
Is it in the movie?
It is that is in the movie.
Oh, I can't wait.
Wait, was it?
Because everyone yelled at me to put it back in the movie. No, I'm kidding.
The Sweetmeats was recorded in the summer, or was it last year?
That was recorded in October of last year.
Really?
Yeah, the yeah, it
last
was
scene.
that was a crazy turnaround for Sweetmeats. Like how I got involved with that. Ricky did the Indiegogo. I hit him up. I was trying to see if he needed music, and then he was like, "Yeah, I definitely could use something. I'm looking for like a rock song. I have lyrics down. Check these lyrics out." So he gave them to me, and within I believe 24 hours, "Eat the People" was recorded, and I sent it back to him. And he was like, "Dude, I was so quick. Like, what's up?" And I was just like, "Hey, man, you said you needed this song." I'm like, I'm serious." So then he was like, "Do you want to get killed on screen?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "Do you want your band to get killed on screen?" I'm like, "Yes." So he's like, "Can you come to Kentucky?" And I'm like, "No, can you come to New Jersey? I'll put you guys up." And he just came with his crew, and we filmed at this place in it's actually Pennsylvania.
It was in Jason's Woods.
Jason's Woods.
And that was, I think, so we filmed like weirdly. So we filmed during the daytime for
The death scenes.
the death scenes, and then because that was supposed to be the next day, but we filmed for the show after when we filmed for the death scenes for everyone, and I just had a mystical exit when I wasn't seen anymore, and
Oh
then
yeah, you just disappeared.
yeah, and then
But that's good. You don't have
Yeah.
to kill the kid.
no, just like questioning why I was there, and I was watching everything,
Hey, you
Happen.
watched it all. You saw your daddy get gutted.
and that blood was not fun at
No.
all. It was the stickiest thing.
So
on
you know
earth.
that blood.
Ugh.
You had to see the blood that was in the
I don't
Power
know,
of Positive Murder. You
You-
saw pictures of it.
from the other movie.
Yeah,
that you were in?
when I'm in the tutu.
You had like blood when the next day after he like came back like like a couple days after or like a day after, he had like blood in his like fake blood, just like dry
Still in
fake
my
blood,
ear.
just like stuck in his ear. I was like, "Are you bleeding?" And it was just like stuck in
It
there.
was all over the place.
Yeah, and
They
yeah,
drenched everyone.
Yeah, no, that was bad. Like I had to.
I thought Sweetmeat's blood was bad.
I took a garbage bag and I put it in my car and I put it on my seat, and then I went basically down to my boxers and took a shower like with the coldest water from like the hose, and just try to get it the best I could off of me. Like and
Yeah, that's
Welcome to Camp Tromahawk.
yeah,
That's
you know what? Like if I would have gotten
happened.
pulled over, there was no way I was getting out of that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, what are you doing? Come with us.
yeah. After Sweetmeats, we had to go straight to like this hotel, and like this hotel was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes away from Jason's Woods. So we drove. We drove to the hotel. Then I'm just sitting on the bed because I wasn't really that covered in blood that much. I only had like a little piece of it on my shirt.
You only had a little
That
piece
was
of
it.
daddy's eye on your shirt.
Yeah, and then because I got squirted a little bit for that, and then you were just taking a shower, and you're like, and I'm just laying on the bed in like pajamas, and then I got changed, and then I was just sitting in the corner on your phone before because my iPad was it. before I got a phone, I was just playing. I was looking at the Disney and Universal rides, and I would just like
You were
look.
trying to desensitize yourself from the gore that you saw.
Yeah, because I just saw them recording during it, and I was like, I wonder if they're gonna see me just on my, and hiding in this corner, and they didn't. They really did.
So, Sabrina, what else are you working on? Like, and you have any other projects that you're working on now?
Yeah, we got a shit ton of shit coming up. So we got, what do we got going on? We got this Saturday. This Saturday we are hosting a trivia round for the final exam people. The guy that hosts it made a movie called We Are Still Here. His name is Ted Gregone or something like that. I don't know his last name, but his name is Ted. Great guy. So we're hosting a round of trivia there this Saturday at Rock Bar by the water in what is that? Like Hell's Kitchen? It's like it's by the Village. It's there. Wherever it is, Google it. Rock Bar. We're there on Saturday. In terms of projects, like actually filming things, we are cooking up a show actually for Trauma Now, an exclusive show that is called Toxic Work Environment. It's going to be a sort of workplace comedy, but with a lot of gore and blutz and boobs and trauma, obviously. So it's like The Office and like Abbott Elementary and stuff like that. But it's just us working in the trauma office and seeing what that entails. We got a lot of people for our first episode. We got Kyle Davis, we got Dwayne Steeler, we got Amanda Flowers, we got Jessa Flux, we got Yo Mama, we got everyone's mama in this. This is like the first episode. It's gonna be crazy.
Oh, that's
working on
awesome.
the pilot right now.
That's great. I'm
Then
looking
I'm
forward
working
to
on my
that.
own stuff, but besides that, who wants to hear about my stuff?
Everybody.
I know. I gotta sit and write something. That's what it is, man. It's just like I've been working so hard on
everyone else's stuff and not
I know,
putting
and
your
then it's
stuff
like
out.
now it's like I gotta be working on some other stuff too. But yeah, no, just working on whatever people throw me into. Like we're doing a shoot next week. We're doing 1 million shoots.
Cool.
But you should come and get killed in the office. Why haven't you get killed yet?
I will, 100%.
Come die in the trauma office, please.
I will,
Anytime.
100%. I would love to. I still want to visit the trauma office. And you know what? Next week, I am taking off 2 days. And because I'm doing New Jersey Horror Con, we're having a screening of the Forest Hills there.
And we're also having a screening of Medieval Times.
Oh, yeah, we're going to Medieval Times again. That's right.
We're probably going to be Black and White team again.
We'll see what happens.
And then we're probably going to be in the stalls again, having diarrhea because of the tomato soup.
Too much tomato soup.
Like last time.
But yeah, I'm going to have off like that Monday. So maybe that Monday, if you guys are in the office, I will come down.
We're all there. We got nothing else to do.
Awesome.
We do is just work. Come see the movie. Come watch Popham.
I will. 100%. You know what? It is. I will put it in my phone and I will reach out to you. But for sure, it's going to be Monday, March 3rd, if that's okay.
March 3rd?
Yeah.
Oh, that is totally fine with me.
Perfect.
I'm like yawning too much.
You're yawning? Well,
yeah.
You've been running around like a crazy little Dickens, you.
I mean, I just got back from my friend's house, like right after.
I know you're the social little butterfly, Zozo. Flap your wings and fly. All right, I have some plugging to do, and Sabrina, you were awesome. Thank you so much for coming on Primal Scream.
Thank you.
No, it was my pleasure. So, just booked. I don't have a flyer for it, even. It's fresh. Demon Scar tomorrow is playing Amityville Music Hall. We're going on at 9:45. I want to thank our sponsor, Mr. Beery. Mr. Beery's is located in Bethpage. There's something always going on there. Monday night's Monday Okie. Tuesday night is vinyl night. Wednesday night is bring your own video game night. Thursday is open mic night, the best open mic, hosted by Murphy's Music. Tomorrow, if you don't want to see Demon Skull, go fuck yourself. But if you don't, and you want to go to Mr. Beery's, go see Jaywalk City. They're playing. On Saturday, Good Night Sky. And on Sunday,
No, tomorrow you're playing, right?
Tomorrow night I'm playing, yes.
And I'm with you.
And no, not tomorrow night. You're coming on Sunday, the matinee at Mr. Beery's. I am doing a alt hip hop festival with Standing Crow and Eviction Notice. The Skags were supposed to play, but they just dropped out, so we're actually looking for another band. But that is on Sunday. That all kicks off at 3 o'clock. And on the 27th at Amityville Music Hall, I return opening up for Billy Dan's from MOP and Gorilla Nems. And I just realized that Gorilla Nems is the guy that has videos that are on, he shoots them, and he's on the corner of like city streets. And if like somebody that walks by that looks like somebody, he yells at them and says, "Don't you ever disrespect me looking like Woody Allen," or "Don't you ever disrespect me looking like Wesley Snipes," or whatever. But he's hysterical. He also raps, and he's going to be on the bill as well. So again, Sabrina, thank you so much. Power of Positive Murder by the last film that Lloyd Kaufman will direct is being edited right now and should be coming soon or in the next 3 years. To Trauma Now, the app. Make sure you download that. It is $4.99 a month. The first month is free.
$4.99 after that. The cheapest streaming service that goes right back into independent filmmaking, baby. That's what it's all about.
It is all about that. And you can see all the classics on there, all the Toxies, Class of Nukem High, Cannibal the Musical, hashtag Shakespeare Shitstorm, Tromeo and Juliet.
I was just going to say Tromeo and Juliet. I still have not seen Tromeo and Juliet.
No? Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
I haven't seen a lot of them, actually.
And I just put up the flyer, actually. This is what got me interested in Power of Positive Murder. Because I'm almost 50. I'm not short, but I'm definitely a freak. I'm obese, and I'm definitely unusual. So this is what brought me into the Power of Positive Murder, and I forgot to share it with you guys. But yes, Trauma. It's an experience. I had so much fun, and I look forward to doing it again sometime. But again, Sabrina, thank you so much. Thank you again for coming on Primal Scream.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, kids. I'm Nick Graystone, and you're not. See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Primal Scream. I'm Nick Graystone, a.k.a. The Nizza. Each week, Primal Scream is produced by Tony Walker and executive produced by Demon Scar. Always remember, nobody writes your story but you. Later.